No, I'm not in a tropical location. This wonderful plant might have fooled you otherwise, but no, we're here at our home in the rolling hills of southern Indiana. I love it out here. Fall is upon us. Nice temperature outside today. You can see, leaves falling. You can hear them scurrying across the road in the driveway. So for me, I love this time of year. It's my favorite. Just enjoy seeing the leaves change color, and the weather is usually favorable and comfortable. Shorts and t-shirt during the day, and maybe a sweatshirt and a campfire at night. So as I'm chatting or recording this today, it is a Friday. I'm fingers crossed might have a campfire later tonight. But I wanted to hop on for a moment and just share a few things more on the mindfulness side of things, or mindset side of things. This time of year, at least for me, is always a good time of year to kind of reflect. It's kind of getting into the home stretch, the last few months of the year. The summer has been, it always flies by. I always say this time of year, I can't believe this year is almost past. It always flies by. But man, it's been a great year. I hope you all have been enjoying your year, your 2023. A lot of interesting things certainly happening in our world these days. Some of them, I'll just say I'm just praying for the right outcome to happen. A lot of interesting things, but anyway, I'm rambling. But I guess what I'm trying to get to is I want to impart upon you, or encourage each of you to try to incorporate a little bit of mindfulness in your day-to-day. What do I mean by that? Well, probably the simplest way to describe it is being present. There's a saying, I don't know who gets credit for it, but it's a good one. Be where your feet are. And think about that for a moment. How many times in your day are you worried about or thinking about something that happened yesterday or last week or even earlier in the day? Or maybe your mind is drifting to what you're going to fix for dinner and what's going on tomorrow and what the kids have going on next week and those sorts of things. So, I get it. Sometimes it's good to reflect and look back. Sometimes it's good to plan and look forward. But how much of your day are you spending in the here and now, spending in the present moment? Mindfulness is so, so important. So how do you do it? Meditation is certainly one way. A lot of people, I've heard mixed reviews from folks about meditation. Some folks are like, "Oh, I tried it. It didn't work. Couldn't shut all the things off of my brain, blah, blah, blah." Yeah, I get it. In my meditation practice, there's a lot of noise that happens. And I've been meditating for a while, a lot of years. And even to this day, even when I sit down to start a meditation, there's all these things that pop into my head. Did I do this? Did I do that? What about that? Blah, blah, blah. And just, it's just like, brain, shut up. If you give up on meditation because you can't get your brain to shut up, I want to encourage you to try to revisit meditating again and accept that it's okay that your brain doesn't shut up. I'm going to venture a guess that the vast majority of people who meditate, there's still something going on in their brain. There's still thoughts that pop in, and that's okay. But here's kind of a cool tip that you can use in meditation to kind of bring you back to that present moment. It's almost like you need something to focus on. And some people use a mantra, like maybe the word Om. Maybe you can light a candle and you can just fix your gaze on the flame that flickers. Just kind of watch that. Another thing that you can focus on during meditation is your breath. I mean, who likes breathing? I know I do. How many of you have ever thought or spent time actually intentionally focused on breathing? I mean, I think it's one of those things that we all do, of course, because we're living, breathing humans. But I'm going to guess a lot of folks don't spend a moment thinking about breathing or breath work and that sort of thing. Well, meditation is a great way to start to get a breath work practice, but also gives you something to focus on during that meditation. So let me briefly describe what that is. So there's countless different breath techniques. You can look up Wim Hof, you can look up box breathing, there's pranayama breathing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So look that up. I think used to on Google, you can even type in Google like breathing exercise or something like that, and it'll pop up. If I find that link, I'll include it in the description to the video. But you can click on that link, and it'll give you like a little cue reminding you when to inhale and exhale. But one of my favorite breath work techniques is called paced breathing. And it's very simple. Anyone who can count to 6 can do it. And here's how it goes. You inhale for a count of 4, and then you exhale for a count of 6. Personally, and you do that for an entire several minutes at least, right? If you did it for a few minutes, just 2 or 3 minutes a day, you just focus on that breathing. Number one, you did a little bit of mindfulness work, kind of did a little bit of a meditation. You focus on some breathing, but that paced breathing I like to inhale through my nose and typically exhale through my mouth. And what that longer exhale can do is it can start to get your heart and your breathing back into more of a normal rhythm, right? Because there's so much happening in our days that are pulling us in all sorts of different directions. Sometimes we get a little bit of frustration or anxiety, or maybe, I don't know, just a lot of things that can get us off of our game. So I think you'll find if you incorporate just a few minutes a day, and if you can spare it a few minutes a day, a few times a day, focus on some breathing. It's so cool. I mean, for me, it is, I love my peace. I love my calm. And the way that I do that is being mindful and present in the here and now, being where my feet are, focusing on some breathing. So I want you all to try that. Just wanted to share that with you. The weather, at least here in central Indiana, is glorious right now. I think I heard or read or somebody told me that it's going to get a little bit cooler this weekend. But it's, for me, like I said, it's a great time to reflect. And I try to do this a little bit every day. So anyway, hope you're all doing well. If you enjoyed this, give it a good old thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe. We'll have different content on mindset tips and travel vans and short-term rentals and Edisto and Saugatuck, Michigan, and a little bit of bourbon tasting, all sorts of different things. Kind of an eclectic mix. But anyway, I'm glad you took a little bit of time to tune in today. So thank you.